Hello and welcome to Pelicans Report, a show devoted to news about the New Orleans Pelicans and the NBA. I'm Jimmy Smith, Pelicans columnist for NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune, and I'm joined today by Pelicans beat writer Nakia Hogan. And Nakia, the Pelicans' 4-game win streak came to an end against a struggling Denver Nuggets team that came in on a 7-game losing streak Wednesday night. And to make matters worse, we'll see in the highlights, Anthony Davis went down with a groin injury.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest news of them all. Anthony is supposed to have an MRI this morning to check to see the severity of that groin injury. And I tell you, that's an injury right now that the Pelicans, they probably won't be able to withstand, especially with Drew Holiday already being injured. So bigger than a loss last night, I think the Anthony Davis situation is probably more pressing at the moment.
Right, and we'll see that injury occur in the clip coming up. But a groin injury for a basketball player could be something that's really difficult to heal.
Yeah, because this guy moves around, he cuts a lot, he has to leap and jump and, puts a lot of stress on the groin area, just what amount of times they have to stop, start, and jump. So that could be troublesome for a guy like Anthony.
And as often as he's diving to the floor, jumping over the seats to retrieve loose balls, it really, you would think it's only a matter of time before he gets hurt.
Yeah, and it's just tough. That's the injury there. We just saw him try to go high and catch a live pass, and he just came down awkwardly. You see on that left leg, and it stretched out quite a bit. But that's something that's going to be tough to recover from. But we don't know the severity of it yet. We'll find out in a couple hours here.
He did return to the game, as you can see, but did not close it out in the final moments of the fourth quarter because Monty Williams said he really didn't like what he was seeing.
Yeah, mine has been that type of guy all along. He's a guy that he'll try and protect his players. He'll keep them out probably when they could play on. But he didn't like the way Anthony was running up and down the court. He said Anthony seemed to be laboring a little bit on that groin.
These next 4 games, a very difficult stretch, starting Friday night with the Los Angeles Clippers, the return of Chris Paul, and the player everyone like to hate here, Austin Rivers.
Yeah, that easy portion of that schedule is over for the Pelicans. Now it gets to the fun part, and like you said, we get to get Austin back here, and we know he'll have some fun things to talk about. Whether it's the trade or how much his potential now, how much he can tap into that potential they never seem to get here. But it should be fun times, with teams like the Clippers and the Hawks and OKC and all these, teams coming up on the schedule. So we'll see if the Pelicans are true contenders for that 8th seed or if they're pretenders.
They could have made up a little ground Wednesday night, but failed to because they really couldn't close out the Nuggets.
Yeah, and that was the key. They just couldn't close out. They were down early. They fought back, in the third quarter, but in the fourth, they just couldn't score a bucket down the stretch, and ultimately that doomed them.
Yeah. Well, it'll be an interesting evening on Friday night. Nakia, thanks for stopping by. And tune in on Tuesday for another edition of Pelicans Report. I'm Jimmy Smith. Thanks for watching.